Osachidaba tukuonesani nkhani zimene zawerengedwa lero pa 24 December 2024 pa wireless yakanema ya Times. Ndipo Owerenga nkhanizi lero ndi Brian Banda. Takhani pomwe mumvesere kuti kuziko la Malawi kuchitika chani.
And around the world for the news at 8. My name is Brian Banda, and here are the headlines. Past President Michael Osi has condemned some politicians who are politicizing the hunger situation in the country. President Lazarus Chakwera has wished Malawians a Merry Christmas. And also tonight, people in the northern region are celebrating the Christmas season with dry fuel pumps. We have these and many other stories. Thanking you for joining us tonight for the news at 8. And if you may, please let's be together. We begin the bulletin tonight with reports coming from the office of the Vice President. The Vice President, Michael Osi, is condemning some politicians who are politicizing hunger situation in the country. Osi made the remarks at Chingoma Primary School in Chiradzulu West, where its Member of Parliament, Joseph Manamveka, absconded an event marking the distribution of relief maize to the needy by Dodma. He said duty bearers have the responsibility of ensuring that the process is run smoothly and that those targeted in their areas are benefiting. Osi explains more to our reporter, Thomas Kachere.
I would have loved if the MP was here. This is a serious matter that a duty bearer ought to ensure that all beneficiaries have been assisted. Please, Councillor, if you meet the MP, tell him I was here in his constituency and I would have loved to be with him on this occasion, just like all other MPs did. This is not politics.
We don't want to see any legitimate beneficiary left out because of political affiliation, even religious affiliation. Everybody who deserves to be assisted should be assisted. And I was also talking about tendencies by some politicians who wouldn't want their people to receive such type of help from government just because they want to take advantage of that deficiency which they have created to gain a political mileage. So we shouldn't politicize, we shouldn't let people suffer because we want to gain political mileage. I'm saying this as a general piece of advice. What I'm saying is, hunger affects life, be it cultural, social, everything, hunger does affect. So what we are saying is, when we are food secure, the nation is healthy because all aspects of life are taken care of.
World Child Cancer, WCC, has prepared a scholarship program for about 12 cancer survivors in primary, secondary, and tertiary schools. Its country coordinator for Malawi, Richard Sabao, says their aim is to improve the welfare of children suffering from cancer and motivate people to report the disease in time. Our very own Daniel Zimba reports tonight.
The 2-year program covers tuition fees, upkeep fees, stationery and learning equipment. Sabao says this aims to demonstrate that cancer can be controlled and survivors can lead normal lives with timely medical intervention.
So we believe that it will relieve the parents, the caregivers of the pressure in terms of finances. At the same time, it will bring joy and the motivation for the beneficiaries to continue working hard in their education.
One of the beneficiaries, Mphatso Njeula, a first-year clinical medicine student, expresses gratitude for the opportunity. Njeula shares his experience as a cancer patient, describing it as traumatic.
Okay, at the beginning, the journey wasn't good at all because upon hearing that I'm suffering from this disease, to me and even my guardian, they were very astonished to see me, a young man, suffering from this disease. There were some issues that people were speaking regarding to my sickness. For instance, some were saying that this is not a curable disease. And upon hearing this, It was not good to me and even my parents.
World Child Cancer has been working with Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital since 2009 to support the treatment of children suffering from cancer. A medical clinician at the facility, Naomi Mtonga, has hailed the support while emphasizing the importance of promptly seeking medical attention.
To the guardians especially, that if they see any change in their children's health, they should come to the hospital because cancer is curable. If they come early, they get the results that are good. If they come late, the prognosis is also poor.
The launch of the scholarship program comes as cancer remains a significant health concern in Malawi, with most cases diagnosed at an advanced stage. According to the World Health Organization, cancer is a leading cause of death in the world, with approximately 18.1 million new cases and 9.6 million cancer-related deaths annually.
As Christians in Malawi join their counterparts around the world in celebrating Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ on Wednesday, President Lazarus Chakwera has wished Malawians a Merry Christmas, urging them to surrender their lives to Jesus. In his Christmas message, Chakwera said surrendering their lives to Jesus is the best thing that can ever happen to Malawians. The Malawi leader noted that for some Malawians, this Christmas has found them healthy, employed, fed, and surrounded by loved ones who bring them happiness and cheer, while for others, this Christmas has come at a time when they are sick, unemployed, hungry, alone, and surrounded by difficult relationships. He observed that while the circumstances in which this Christmas has found each Malawian may vary, the reasons this Christmas has been given remains the same for all. Meanwhile, Reverend Joabe Levson of the Waira Church of Central Africa Presbyterian, CCAP, has urged Malawians to take their worries to God as they celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. Speaking during a Christmas carol ceremony, Reverend Levison acknowledged that many Malawians are facing difficult times, but urged them to put their trust in God. Pastor Levison also reminded Malawians of the importance of showing their kindness and compassion to those in need during the Christmas season. He explains to our reporter, Brenda Kayo.
So it's our duty as Christians to rise up and tell the world that we have Jesus Christ who is the Savior. And on top of that, during this period, we're going to also be sharing gifts. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son." So Jesus came as a gift to the world. And in such a way, we also encourage Christians to share gifts to others as a way of teaching others that we have a gift, Jesus administers us, and also we can share gifts to other people for them to also rejoice about the birth of Jesus Christ at this time. So as Jesus is the gift to us, we can also share gifts to other people, and this is part of the activity of today. We'll also be sharing gifts to different people in the church, and this is not ending in the church. We can share gifts even to our neighbors, even to those who are in need, and different people. So more importantly, we are calling all Christians to remember the birth of Jesus, not only in what we do, but also through sharing the gifts to people.
And some people in the northern region are celebrating Christmas festival with dry fuel pumps. Our spot checks in some filling stations on Tuesday found fewer attendants just chatting while others were listening to Christmas songs. From Mzuzu, Sam Kalimira reports tonight.
We discovered that the only filling station which had fuel had long queues of vehicles and motorcycle taxi operators. These two were forced to ration the scarce commodity. One of the taxi drivers, Owen Gondwe, said he had travelled all the way from Karonga only to find fuel at one filling station.
I think we must not have Christmas celebrations this year. Things are tough. Let's try next year.
Joel Nkoma, a motorcycle taxi operator from Kavuzi in Nkatabe, said this year's Christmas has failed their businesses because of fuel scarcity. Nkoma adds since Sunday they have failed to operate because they were buying the commodity at high prices on black market.
We can't talk about Christmas now. There is no fuel. How will people travel to celebrate this day?
Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority officials are yet to provide an explanation on the latest fuel shortage. On the other hand, Mzuzu City was Tuesday afternoon congested with people buying food-related items for Christmas. Cosmas Longwe from Chigwere in Mzimba North says Christmas comes once a year and his family needs to celebrate.
Yes, things are hard, but just for today, we must enjoy ourselves.
However, Sparrow Siame from Zorozoro, who we found carrying dry utaka fish, said he could not manage to buy chicken, thinking of fees and fertilizers come January.
There are school fees coming, so if I spend much on Christmas, it will be difficult for me to source money for school fees.
Meanwhile, Livingstonia Synod of CCAP moderator Reverend Jairus Kamisa says Malawians should embrace unity if the country is to develop. Kamisa adds the birth of Jesus Christ should bring love amongst Malawians and serve God with dignity and trust.
This is Christmas Eve News Bulletin. We have more news in a moment. Commentator Lake Mbewe has cited a tendency by police officers of being unprofessional while discharging their duties among factors that is leading to increasing cases of people attacking security agents in the country. Mbewe was commenting on the statement issued on Tuesday by Blantyre Community Policing Forum led by Mishek Mundari, which raises complaints over the occurrence of such cases in recent days. He explains to Daniel Zimba.
The attacks on security law enforcement agencies are in the form of police and others is a cause of a great worry, considering that it renders the reputation of the institutions in tatters. But however, when you look at how this issue started, perhaps you notice that the conduct of the police themselves have contributed so much in terms of rendering the institution redundant in terms of reputation-wise. People are angry when they see how the police are conducting themselves. People are angry when they see police officers siding criminals. For instance, the recent demonstrations where we have seen police officers watching at innocent people being attacked in the presence of police officers, and nobody has been condemned up to now.
On his part, Malawi Police Deputy Spokesperson Hari Namwaza admits that some officers at times misbehave well on duty, but was quick to ask stakeholders to follow proper procedures when raising concerns about them.
We are a service and we are not a police force. Otherwise, if it was a police force, it would be another way out. But it's unfortunate that the things are going in this way. But for us, I can say, whenever there are concerns, the door is open for those people who want to lodge a complaint and get police officers, but not the way it is. So when we are commenting, I think it's very important also to look at both sides. In what circumstance now, maybe that thing has happened, or maybe that action has been taken by the people or by the police.
Volunteers have been called to spearhead initiatives that can bolster economic activities while benefiting communities across the country. President of the Youth Red Cross in Malawi, Bob Chisamba, said it is important for the youth to engage in activities that can improve their livelihoods. Rebecca Chinjeka has filed a report. It is read tonight by Miriam Mtambo.
Chisamba said volunteers must take charge and explore ways to enhance our economic independence through projects that also support the community.
Actually, the purpose of this meeting is just to bring together volunteers from Lilongwe 1 division, more especially young people, because we've seen them that from January to December, they do a lot of work in disseminating the information about cholera, disasters, you name them. So we found out that if we bring them together today, they should be able to reflect what they've done in the year. At the same time, they need to be happy for the year and also reflect the gains they have made, but also the weaknesses, and then see how best we can start fresh 2025.
One of the Red Cross youth volunteers, Noah Makungwa, said the year coming to an end, the group distributed preparedness information and became preparedness instructors and participated in fire safety canvassing.
Came together whereby different youths, mainly the volunteers from Red Cross and members of Red Cross, we are coming together to share experiences as we go through wrap up the year. As we wrap up the year, we are going through different experiences that we went through, the strength, the opportunities and the risks that we had during this year, and how we can move forward.
Meanwhile, Red Cross Society recently built an 80 million kwacha house in Mchinji, which will provide training in disaster risk management, income generating activities, and sexual and reproductive health rights.
Castel Malawi Limited has honored 57 long-serving employees at its Banda Center, recognizing their dedication and contributions to the company's success. The ceremony is part of Castel Malawi's broader initiative to honor long-serving employees across the country. Senior Human Resources Business Partner Thomas Mafuli emphasized the importance of acknowledging the individuals who drive the business forward. Mafuli explains.
The reason behind that, you believe me, for us to sail through the year in the hardships, we need to maintain a dedicated and committed workforce. Now, we believe as Castel Malawi that recognizing our employees is also part of motivating them, just to make sure that they push with us, they go with us. Whatever is happening, we are all together. We are operating as a team, as a workforce. If we leave them behind, it means we are leaving behind a critical resource. People are the first resource, we recognize them, and we need to manage and appreciate their commitment and dedication.
Among the awardees was Jean Mtini, who has dedicated 30 years to the company.
ina maka 25 years ndipo chitujani wabadandu makhala oneka kumalo madindula kwa kutsina sanduku then yes enda kugaza khala kuti ndakuzabo
In international news, protests have broken out in Syria over the burning of a Christmas tree, prompting calls for the new Islamist authorities to take steps. A video posted on social media showed the tree on fire in the main square of Skolabia, a Christian majority town in central Syria, with masked men around. Hayat Tahir Asham, the main Islamist faction which led the uprising that toppled President Bashir Assad, said foreign fighters had been detained over the incident. HTS representatives have promised to protect the rights and freedoms of religious and ethnic minorities in Syria. thousands of demonstrators took to the streets across the country through Damascus and Skolabia in Hama province. 2 masked fighters appeared in a video on social media setting fire to Christmas tree the night before Christians in Syria prepared to celebrate Christmas Eve. Well, that item concludes the evening bulletin tonight, but before we go, here is a reminder of our top stories. Vice President Michael Osi has condemned some politicians who are politicizing the hunger situation in the country. President Lazarus Chakwera has wished Malawians a Merry Christmas, and people in the northern region are celebrating Christmas season with dry fuel pumps. You can get more on these and other stories by visiting times.mw. Our Facebook page is Times360 Malawi, and we are constantly tweeting on X. Our handle there is at Times360 Malawi. My name is Brian Banda. From all of us here at Times headquarters in Blantyre on this beautiful Christmas Eve, wishing you the very best.
Nkhani zimeneza Owerenga lero pa 24 December 2024 pa wireless ya Kanema